Hello and welcome to the tutorial for how to use the REDCap eConsent function. First thing that needs to be done is get into this web page. If you look at the URL bar up at the top of the screen, you need to type in this address and you'll arrive at this screen. What this screen is for sending the LAR an email to complete the eConsent form. So once you've identified a patient that is able to be consented for the study, figured out that they need an LAR, and then figured out the phone number for that LAR and established a phone conversation, you'll gather all of the information that you can see on this screen. So patient first name, patient last name, LAR first name, and LAR last name, along with the LAR email. Of course, this will be the individualized email for the LAR that you're contacting. This is just a generic email that I'm using for the purpose of this tutorial. So you'll submit it once everything is entered. And now we're going to go through the view of an LAR. So the LAR will be waiting for the invitation in their email. They'll get an email from LG Research, open the email, go to the eConsent form, read the eConsent form, and then they'll arrive at the bottom of the page, at which point they can decide if they would like to give consent for their loved one's participation in the TAHFT study. They are able to say, I want some time to think this over, and in that case, if you need to break contact with them, you would need to wait for them to be sure that they want to give consent, and then you would need to reestablish a phone conversation so that you and a witness are able to hear the LAR's verbal confirmation that they are about to fill out the consent form. That is absolutely necessary for this process. Both the surgeon and the witness must hear the LAR say, I'm ready to give consent, or they need to affirm it in some way. So if they decide to give consent, they'll fill out the relationship, finish reading, sign, and they sign the HIPAA authorization as well. And they will submit it. At this point, they also have the option to download a PDF of their consent, but I will be sending them a copy of their consent if they download this or not, once I'm able to send them the consent through as the secure LGH email service. So the LAR will be able to go back to their email. They'll have a thank you email, given some contact information if they have any questions. And then once this survey and consent has been completed, the OAL care team can go into their shared email, which will be OAL TXA study, and go into this email and see that the consent has been completed. Seeing this and opening this email is also necessary just to verify that the person has actually completed the consent and they're not just saying it. So at this point, you know for sure that the person has gone through the consent and at least entered some information in and signed it in some capacity. And once you read this email, you're able to continue through the consenting process. You will need to fill out a hard copy consent form. The hard copy consents are able to be used. You can use any old consent form, and the consent guide that's in each TAHFT consent packet comes with information on how to fill out a hard copy consent if you're using the e-consent form. I hope this has been helpful, and please feel free to reach out with any questions. Again, I'm Christian Morris. Thanks and good luck. Have a good day.